Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Sudramai Jaya Sudarshana Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Sudramai Jaya Sudarshana Jai Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundarade Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundarade Jayo Radha Madana Mohan Radha Madana Mohan Radhe Jai Radhe Jayo Radhe Jai Radhe Jayo Shri Radhe Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Prabhupada Gurudev Prabhupada Yog Mishnupad Paramahamsa Privrajagacharya Stotra Shishimat Bhakti Vedanta Swami Shida Prabhupada Maharaj Ki Yog Mishnupad Paramahamsa Privrajagacharya Stotra Shishimat Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Ki Ananda Godi Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Namacharya Das Thakur Ki प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य को नित्यानंदा श्री विग्रहाधर श्रीवासादि गौरवृंदा I go Premanande, all glories assembled, devotees of God is assembled. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudhiraye Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavada Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishti Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah Nama Pangajana Bhaya Nama Pangajamaline Nama Pangajanetraya Namaste Pangajangre Mukam Karodi Vachalam Pangam Langhayade Girim Yatkrivatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Vinatarinam Shri Chaitanyamishwaram Paramanandamat Hare Krishna. Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 5, Karma Yoga, action in Krishna consciousness. And we are on the last three verses, 27, 28 and 29. 27 and 28 are together, so we will read that. Sparshan Gritva Bahir Bahyas Chachu Chevandare Bhuo Pranapano samau krutva nasabhyandaracharino yadendriyamano buddhir munir mokshaparayanaha vigadechaya bhayakrodho yasada mukta evasa sparshan kritva bahirbahyas chachu shevandare bhruvo pranapano samau krutva nasyabhyandaracharino yadendriyamano buddhir munir mokshaparayanaha vigadechaya bhayakrodho yasada mukta evasa sparshan kritva bahirbahyas chachu shevandare bhruvo pranapano samau kritva nasyabhyandaracharino yadendriya mano buddhir munir mokshaparayanaha vigadechaya bhayakrodho yasada mukta evasa. Yes. Renuka Mataji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sparshan Kritva Bahirbahyam Chakshur Chaivantare Bhruvo Prana Pano Samau Kritva Nasa Abhyantara Charino Yatendriya Mano Buddhir Munir Moksha Parayanaha Vigate cha Bhayakrodho Yasada Mukta Eva Saha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Okay, Rekha Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vashan Suttavahirkaya. Suttayantara Bhru. Pranapano Samo Krutva. Nasabhyantara Charino Yatendriya Mano Buddhi. Munir Moksha Parayanaha. Parayanaha. Vigaticha Bhayakrodha Yahasada Mukta Eva Saha.
Okay, Shalini Mataji has got a book under Gaila. Okay, no problem. Okay, Renuka Mataji, you can read the translation.
Shutting out all external sense objects, keeping the eyes and vision concentrated between the two eyebrows, suspending the inward and outward breaths within the nostrils, thus controlling the mind, senses, and intelligence, the transcendentalist becomes free from desire, fear, and anger. One who is always in this state is certainly liberated.
Right.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Next, verse 29. Bhoktaram yajnatabasam sarvaloga maheshwaram suhurdam sarvabhutanam nyatva mam shantiricchati. Bhoktaram yajnatabasam sarvaloga maheshwaram suhurdam sarvabhutanam nyatva mam shantimrichchati. Bhoktaram yajnatabasam sarvaloga maheshwaram suhurdam sarvabhutanam nyatva mam shantimrichchati. Renuka Mataji.
Bhoktaram yajnatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhurdam sarvabhutanam yajnam mam shanti mrichati. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Rekha Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Bhoktaram Yajnatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhartam Sarvabhutanam Nyatmam Shantim Gacchati.
Hare Krishna. You can read the translation also.
The sages, knowing me as the ultimate purpose of all sacrifice and austerities, the Supreme Lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attain peace from the pangs of material miseries. Hare Krishna.
Right. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmelidam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Twayam Rupagada Mahyam Dadati Swapadandigam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Udapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajadam Sahagana Raghunananvidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shivishagaanvidam Sam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagalpade Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namastude Taptaganjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanusude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpadrubhescha Kripa Sindhuvyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Sparshan Gritva Bahirbahyas Chakshu Chevandare Bhruvo Pranapano Samo Gritva Asabhyandara Charino Yadendriya Mano Buddhi Munir Mokshaparayanaha Vigde Chaya Bhaya Krodho Yes Sada Mukta Evasam. Shutting out all external sense objects, keeping the eyes and vision concentrated between the two eyebrows, suspending the inward and outward breaths within the nostrils, and thus controlling the mind, senses, and intelligence, the transcendentalist, aiming at liberation, becomes free from desire, fear, and anger. One who is always in this state is certainly liberated. Hare Krishna. So, the qualities of the Karma Yogi have been fully described by Krishna in last few verses, and ending with the verse 26, Kama Krodha Vimuktanam Yatinam Yata Chedasam Abhido Brahma Nirvanam Vartande Vidatnam. So he is free from all anger, material desires, self-realized, self-disciplined, and constantly enduring for perfection, assured of liberation in the Supreme, the very near future. So he has attained self-realization, and is in a state of perfect equilibrium. Siddha Prajna means person who is in perfect equilibrium. Equilibrium means one who is not wavering under any material circumstances. One is very steady, so he is called steadfast. In Sanskrit and Bhagavad Gita, as per Bhagavad Gita, it is called Sthita Prajna. Prajna means consciousness. One who has got steady consciousness is a person who has overcome all this anger, greed, fear, and attachment. The basic cause of our bondage is our desire to overlord the material nature. Yes, that was we were captivated by the matter. So our desire became perverted. The original desire of a living entity is to serve Krishna. That is our pure, that is our nature, Swarupa. Now, when we were attracted by the matter, which is energy of Krishna, those who had a desire to enjoy independent of Krishna, they were immediately captured by the illusory energy of Krishna, which is called Maya. And we became captivated from time immemorial for eons of ages, crores and crores of births. We are moving around these material universes, roaming around, accepting various kinds of bodies, eating all kinds of nasty foodstuff, and leading a very nonsense life. Then somehow or other, by the mercy of Krishna, by the mercy of Vaishnavas, mercy of because of some good deeds done past, some of these devotees, some of these living entities took up the spiritual life and embarked on the path of perfection. So, different processes, different yogas are explained, Bhagavad Gita, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga. So basically the three chapters, that's 3, 4 and 5 of the Bhagavad Gita is dealing with the Karma Yoga, showing the superiority of Karma Yoga over Jnana Yoga basically. Ultimate success of any yogi is how he has been able to control his senses. Because of sensual attraction only, we are here. So whatever the process, whether it's Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga, that person is successful who can very effectively control his senses. It is not actual knowledge that matters. Knowledge about the Prakriti, knowledge about the self, knowledge of the Supreme Self, knowledge of action, karma, and knowledge of time, kala. These are basically in one way, can say external, except becomes a knowledge of Supreme the Self and the Supreme Self. In the sense that the mere knowledge of these factors is not going to liberate you. Ultimately, this desire is still remaining with us. And as long as this desire to enjoy independent of Krishna is remaining, it is very difficult for us to get liberated. So the best way is process is any process you can adopt, but without the presence of or your element of Krishna, without coming to contact with Krishna, without the divine touch. Divine touch is called Achyuta Bhava. Without Achyuta Bhava, no process is going to be successful. So that is given in the purport that Srila Prabhupada is quoting from Srimad Bhagavatam in the last verse, previous verse. Yat pada pangaja palasha vilasa bhaktya karmashyam gandhidam udgadandi santa tadvan nirikta madayo yadayo viruddha srodo ganastam aranam bhajavasudevam. The most effective control to control our senses, which is a basic thing for success. You may be very knowledgeable. You may be able to meditate for long hours. You may be able to quote from many scriptures. You may have begotten all this scriptural texts, all the Upanishads, everything. Ultimately, when this desire to enjoy is still remaining, this attachment, and because of this frustration, the anger, everything is there, you will not be able to liberate yourself. So ultimate success is controlling senses. That's why give a person, karma yogi, who has done the Nishkama Karma Yoga as an offering to Krishna, as yajna, is able to emerge victorious in the battle and the war against Maya. So having done that, he is elevated to next second the phase of absolute truth, that is a Paramatma realization. The Paramatma realization is given by Dhyana Yoga, and in this verse 27-28, an indication of the Dhyana Yoga is given, a gist of Dhyana Yoga, the basic structure of Dhyana is given. Is controlling this, mainly concentrating on the Paramatma within your heart, and for that you have to do some dhyana, Ashtanga Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga is basically eightfold. Is yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. Yama and niyama are basically do's and don'ts, or don'ts and do's. Again, yama means those things we have to refrain from, not do it. In Vedic language is called, another way is vidhi nishedha. Vidhi means something we have to do, execute. Nishedha means something you should not do. Certain things you cannot do, you have to control, and certain things you have to do whether you like it or not. So basically, in a Vaishnava context, yama means we have the 4 regulatory principles, 4 don'ts. No meat eating,
no gambling, no illicit sex, no intoxication.
not taxation. These are 4 things. And there are 4 do's also. ABCD of ISKCON. Association, books, chanting, and diet. Okay, prasadam. These are the 4 do's. So this is yama niyama. And asana. Asana means different postures, which helps you to helps you in your posture of sitting erect, because you have to sit erect for hours together. So asanas in some way helps the body to be fit for doing this dhyana. Then pranayama. Pranayama is given pranapano samakrutva. So pranayama is basically controlling the 5 primary airs within the body. Prana, apana, vyana, dhya, samana, and these are the 5, basically 5 things which you have to, different airs which you have to control. There's a sort of breathing technique. Inhale, keep it there, then exhale. So kumbhaga, rechaga, all those things are coming to play. Then the basic thing is, before do that, then comes pranayama. Then the 5th one is pratyahara. Pratyahara means detaching the senses from sense objects. Detaching senses from sense objects, and mind is also a sense object. Sparshan means all those sense, ears, means sound, ears, nose, eyes, everything. So sense objects, senses and sense objects. Sense object pertaining to ears is sound, that you know. Eyes, form. Nose, smell. Tongue, taste, and skin, touch. These are the senses and sense objects. We have to detach or remove these senses from sense objects, refrain the senses from going after sense objects, and also mind also. Yadendriya mano buddhir. Yadendriya, Mano, Buddhir. Mana, intelligence, mind, and senses. Everything has to be controlled. It is not sufficient that you are not looking actively indulging in sense of this one. Even the mind, when it is hovering down, thinking about sense objects, the mind has to be withdrawn from that also. Mind also has to be controlled. Otherwise, you may be successful or outwardly successful in detaching the karmendriya and from sense objects, but internally you are meditating on the sense objects. And the person doing that is denoted as mithyachara in Bhagavad Gita, which is a verse. Which is a verse. Third chapter, we have seen the third chapter, verse 5. Oh, sorry, 6, verse 6. Krishna says, Karmendriyani samyamya, ye aste manasasmaran. Karmendriyani samyamya, ye aste manasasmaran, indriyarthan vimudhatma mithyachara sauchyade. So, senses, external senses may be detached, but the mind is always thinking of sensual thoughts. Sensual thoughts are coming to mind always. So that has also to be controlled. Then purified intelligence, everything else. And when that happens, Vigadendra chaya icha bhaya krodha. Vigada means getting rid of. Discarding icha, bhaya, and krodha. Desire, material desires, bhaya, fear of losing something, fear of not attaining anything. We are always living in a state of anxiety and fear. Will we lose out something? Objects, persons, relationships. So basically, Srimad Bhagavatam says, Bhayam Dvidiya Abhinivesha Syad. Bhaya, fear, is on account of excessive attachment to body. Why? Because you have been away from Krishna. This excessive attachment on account of getting detached from Krishna. And the only way is to get back is to worship Krishna under the guidance of spiritual master. That's the solution. Basically, but Bhaya is denoting that only because you are too much attached to a body. Then Krodha is a anger, frustration. When desire is not fulfilled, Krodha is there. So basic thing is desire only. Icha is a base of everything. Desire. And the desire is perverted, you get into the knot. So the process of this one is unnecessary bahir kritva. Bahi bahyams. Bahi means outsides. Bahyan is unnecessary things. All those thoughts, all those things that have to be shut out. And eyes to be looking at the brows, between these brows, half closed, not shut, not open. When it is shut, what happens? There's a tendency to sleep, and then mind will also be inert. If it's open, naturally you look at everywhere and see all the objects around you. This is a basic process of dhyana yoga, and the person who is trying to control is a muni who is moksha parayana, who is desirous of getting liberation. Why you are doing this? Because you are fed up. You are done with the material life. You are fed up with the material life. Somehow you want to end this thing. So the desire has changed. Moksha parayana means one who is desiring liberation. Now the desire is all mumukshu. It's called mumukshu. Mumukshu means desire. Desire for liberation. So desire is always there. Desire for material things, desire to sense gratification is desire. Desire for liberation is desire. And desire for Krishna is also desire. So which means that desire is a basic essence of our soul. And because of desire, action is there. So Jnanis, Shankaracharya, has made a big mistake when they are keeping about desire from soul, because unless the soul has got desire, which is confirmed in Chandogya, Satya Sankalpa, Satya Kama, Satya Sankalpa. The pure soul has got Satya Kama, pure desire. And pure desire means to worship Krishna only. The impure desire or bondage is to do so many nonsense other than Krishna. Eating junk food, enjoy cinemas, TVs, talking endlessly with people. So many things, 6 things which are against bhakti is given in Budeshamrta. So moksha parayana means person who is interested in liberation, and thus this person is embarking in different paths, and this person is now adopting this jnana yoga. So in the last verse, Krishna says, Bhoktaram yajnatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhudam sarvabhutanam jnatva mam shanduruchyade. Again, Krishna is now giving the peace formula and success formula. Peace is attained by persons who has really understood the position of Krishna. So whichever process you are adopting, unless you get a link to Krishna, understanding Krishna as he is, then only that person becomes peaceful, agitation will stop, and he becomes serene. And when you are peaceful, you can peacefully follow the path, pursue this path. You can peacefully pursue whichever yoga which you are fit for, or you are selected for yourself. So Shanti is reached in so many verses in second chapter we find regarding peace. So what basic this one is, one who has this desire is coming to a person. Yanisham sarva bhudanam Yanisha sarva bhudanam yasyam jagrati samyami yesham 2.69. Yes. Yasyam jagrati bhudani sa nisha pashyado muni. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam. The persons with two intelligence, one person is always interested in sense gratification, enjoying life. For him, the spiritual life is a night for him. That means he's ignorant of this spiritual life. He's totally ignorant of spiritual life. So spiritual life is sort of night for him. But the samyami is self-control. One person is self-control time. For him is a daytime. For him, this spiritual life, which is composed of knowledge, is light for him. Yasyam jagrati bhutani, but bhutani, these people are very awakened when there is a sense gratification, when there is an opportunity for senses, intelligent senses, they are very awake. Sa nisha pashyade mune, but this samyami, this person self-control, the mune, he understands that this is only ignorance only. Because of sense gratification is ignorance for you. Because of ignorance only, you are indulging sense gratification. Because he knows what is sense gratification. It's not that he is not aware of that. Because he is here only, so he knows. Other people, they do not know what is spiritual life. They are completely engrossed in this sense gratification. But the person who is in light, who has now come to light, who has come to knowledge, he understands what is ignorance. Basically, because because of ignorance only, you are doing all these things. So for him also, this desire, that material desire, everything he is aware of. Sometimes it might come to him also. So that is given in the next chapter. Apuryaman achala pradishtam samudramapam pravishandhi advat tadvat kama ye pravishandhi sarve sashanti apnodi na kama kami. The sea is always full. Even though full, again, lot of water from rivers just flow into sea, but sea will never overflow. Sea can contain any water, any amount of water from rivers. Same way, a person who is self-controlled, who is samyami, for him the desires, the material desires may come into him also, but he is not agitated by that. He is not agitated, and he has no interest to indulge in that, to fulfill the desires. But the person who is not self-controlled, who is not peaceful, who is agitated, when desires come to him, he becomes agitated more and more. I want to fulfill that. Sa shanti mapnodi na kama kami. One who is interested in sense gratification, he is again goes after this. The person, although desires may come to him, he is neutral to that. He is indifferent. So that person, why he is peaceful? Because he has understood the position of Krishna. And since he has understood the position of Krishna, vis-a-vis Krishna, what is my position also, he has realized. And what is the position of Krishna? Who is Krishna? How to understand Krishna? That is given in three, this one, Bhoktam Yajnatavasam, Sarva Loka Maheshwaram, Sudam Sarvabhudanam. Enjoyer of Yajna as well as Tavasa. Yajna means action. Yajna basically is doing action. Karma, Yajna, and Dharma. Karma, Dharma, and Yajna. So that is done by Karma Yogis. And you have seen so many type of yajnas starting from verse 25 to verse 32 of 4th chapter. That yajnas done by demigod worshippers. Yajnas done by persons who are worshippers of Brahman. Then grihasthas, brahmacharis, ashtanga yogis, and those who are very interested in philanthropic activities, dravya yajna, tabo yajna. So tabo yajna is there. Then you have sodhya yajna. So tabo yajna, sodhya yajna. So karma yogis, jnana yogis, everyone, and dhyana yogis concentrating on Paramatma. Everybody is enduring, and their actions to receive this, achieve their goal, is actually enjoyed by Krishna. He is enjoyed because it is directed to Krishna only, basically. Since all these yajnas, all the tapasya, everything is directed at Krishna only, he is the object of this, he is enjoyer. He is an enjoyer. And then Sarva Loka Maheshwaram, all the universes and the demigods, Everything inside, he is a Parama Ishvara, he is a supreme controller. There may be small controllers like demigods, devas, and all those small controllers may be there. The supreme controller is Krishna. So this person who's striving, he is striving for this one. He understands that Krishna is a supreme controller, not anyone else. Because why is a supreme controller? Because everything is emanating from him only. How he has become supreme controller? Because everything belongs to him. Everything is created by him only. That is why he has become a controller. Why you are able to control your children, not others' children? Because it is your children you are able to control. You are not able to control other children. Your dogs you may be able to control. Other dogs you cannot control. And Krishna is supreme. Krishna is control everything. That's why he's got Sarva Loka Maheshwaram everywhere. So Loka means all the planets and all the residents inside that planets. 14 planets in this Brahmanda. Like that, so many Brahmandams there. And in every Brahmanda, every planet, there are entities, living entities. So he's a controller of everyone. And then he's a Suram Sarvabhutanam. He's a friend of everyone. He's a well-wisher of everyone. You may have many well-wishers at different points of your life. There may be some, your parents are already there, then you have so many friends. But in material life, somebody may say, okay, a husband and wife gets married and oath is taken. If you go to church and all that, you can see some oath. Till the end, I'll take care of my wife. And wife will say, till the end, I look after my husband. So they are partners in sorrow and happiness. Whatever happens, we are together, we stick together till the end. But when the end comes, let's say that they are sticking to even to the end, till the end. But the end comes, either husband goes, then wife also goes. Then who is accompanying them? Is the wife accompanying the husband when he is departing? Or the husband is and accompanying the wife when she is departing? No. So in this context, one story is given by some spiritualists. A king, he had 4 wives. He met the first wife, but then was not very happy with that wife. And then he married a second time. Second wife, he was very attached. A lot of beauty, and everywhere he'll take her, the wife, to all functions. Then he got married a third time. He got a third wife. She was very beautiful, so he always admired her beauty. And the fourth wife, she always gives good counsel. So he was very attached to his wife, fourth wife also. So ultimately, the king became very old, and he was on a deathbed, and he was about to die. So he called all his wives and said that I am now leaving in my body. If any one of you will be able, I'll be happy if somebody can come. You can come with me. The second wife said, no, I cannot come. Immediately, you depart. I'll go to some other person. I'll marry someone else and be happy. The third wife, she also said, no, I cannot. I can accompany you to this your pair, the funeral pair. Before beyond, I don't know. Beyond that, no. The fourth also wife, she also disagreed, and the king was very unhappy. He thought that these three wives are loved. He had loved these three wives very deeply, and he had expected reciprocation, but the reciprocation was not forthcoming. He was very unhappy, and suddenly heard a small voice of the first wife. He said, "I'll come with you." So this is actually you can say simile, which is given a symbolism. The king stands for the soul. The second wife stands for his possessions. The possession. That's why second wife, immediately you die, the possessions go to some other. It will be moved to some other place, and some other person will take care of that. The third wife is a beauty, and when you are on the death, and your beauty will leave you. And the fourth wife is your relatives, friends. They'll give you good counsel, but they can accompany you till your the funeral pair. Beyond that, they cannot come. The first wife actually is the super soul. The super soul will accompany the soul in whatever conditions of life, in whichever bodies you are accepting. So that Krishna as a Paramatma is always with the soul throughout his stay in the material world, throughout his residence in the material world, maybe so crores and crores and crores of years, accepting so many bodies in the 84 lakh species. He may be doing that, but wherever he is going on, the Paramatma is always with him. That's why Krishna says that Suram Sarva Bhutanam, I am your eternal well-wisher. Because the only interest of the super soul is that the soul should go back to a spiritual kingdom. So the Paramatma is an expansion of Krishna, who is residing in our heart or inside the heart of the soul. In so many Upanishads, you can find two birds sitting in one branch. The two birds indicate the soul and super soul. They are together always. So a person who knows Krishna is in these three capacities, as a supreme enjoyer, as a sole proprietor, and the eternal well-wisher, he attains this peace. So this is the best way to understand Krishna. And once you understand Krishna, you attain peace. So only person who has attained peace can be successful in their endeavor, in their process. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So there ends the 5th chapter, and the pentathlon for the 5th chapter will take place on next Saturday. Okay. Right. Any clarification?
Okay, sir.
Yes, Mataji?
No, sir, nothing, sir.
I didn't hear you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Pentathlon 5 o'clock, Prabhu. 5 to 6, sir.
5 to time.
Same time, Prabhu.
Time is 5 to 6. Same
okay.
time. Okay. Same time. Right. So we can render Narasimha Kirtan.
Yes, okay. Namaste Narasimhaya Jaya Jagadish Hare Jagadish Hare Nasimha Dev Jaya Nasimha Dev Jaya Nara Hari Jaya Nara Hari Nara Hari Jaya Nara Jaya Jai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Jai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Hari Uttam Veeram Mahavishnu Narasimham Vishanam Bhadram Muktirmuktirnamamaham Uttam Veeram Mahavishnu Jalantam Sarvatomukham Narasimham Vishanam Bhadram Muktirmuktirnamamaham Uttam Veeram Mahavishnu Jalantam Sarvatomukham Narasimham Vishanam Bhadram Muktirmuktirnamamaham Shri Narasimha Jai Narasimha Jai Jai Shri Narasimha Prahaladesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Ganga Shri Narasimha Jai Narasimha Jai Jai Shri Narasimha Prahaladesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Ganga
Vrindam. Shuddha Bhakti Vinashakari Shri Narasimha Bhavan ki
Jai
Vaishnava Bhakti Shesh Pradha Maharaj ki
Jai
Vancha Kalpadrubhescha
Krishna Kripal Sindhu Bhavanabhi Vaishnavabhi Namo Namo
Nanda Gauri Vaishnava Vrinda ki
Jai
Namacharya Das Thakur ki
Jai
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai